What's up, YouTube? Brett here. Hey, it just dawned on me that I have never done a motor video on the 5.9. So let me, I just want to show you with it, fully put together. I just barely pulled it out of my Savage XL. Now, give me a second to get it taken apart, and let's check out the inside. Okay. So I want to start off by looking at the cooling head. Okay, now I know I got one of these flexi caps on there. It's cut for airflow. This is very typical of Force. This is a cast aluminum head. Nothing fancy here whatsoever. Just a typical Force head. Okay. Block. Okay, now it is, hang on, let me get some light. So we got a steel rear bearing, right? Nothing fancy. Kind of see inside there. Steel front bearing. Right, but massive hole. Look at this hole. All right, look at my thumb. All right, big piston. Something cool is I have a brand new piston and sleeve set. I have a 28 set. I can show you guys the size difference. Like I said, let's move on. So we got the cooling head, we've got the block, standard back plate, Force back plate, right, with the starter shaft type thing. It's got this little pin. It's interesting. It's just different style. It's the Force style. Now on the new 5.9, it comes stock with the roto start. The only roto start that I've seen that looks like this is from Partcore, and I would imagine that's where these motors are coming from. Even though they're branded HPI, I'm pretty positive that this is all Partcore from Germany. Okay, let's take a look at our carb. Our carb, it's plastic carb, typical, Force carb, right? I'm not sure which model of Force carb this is, but I have seen it on a different engine before. I'm just not sure which one. And it is a short needle carb, right? I've heard of people having issues tuning these carbs, but I haven't had any issues. I think this motor tunes absolutely fantastic. But I am going to seal it up, just in case. It was running a little hot, but I was also running paddles on it, so it's kind of hard to know if it was the paddles or if it was a bad tune. But there's the carb, our head button. It's looking like that plug is inside ever so slightly, so I think that's no good. I haven't ran this engine since putting this glow plug in here, so I'm actually kind of glad I'm pulling this apart and seeing that. I'm gonna have to add another washer under the glow plug to, suck that glow plug down a little bit. It's crazy. Okay, so our crank is a typical Force crank. It's got the shark fin, cut on the leading edge. It's got the little scallop thing here. Looks really good. The induction window's amazing. It's even, slightly ramped right here on the edge. You can kind of see that. That's interesting. They could have sharpened the leading edge a little bit, but they didn't. But still, I could see where you could still mod this. You could absolutely open this up. It's not massive, but it's really nice. Just for an RTR engine. You got your fluid seal. Still a really, really nice crank. And I would like to give a shout out to Woogie Nitro. Your video today or yesterday morning, I can't remember which one, of the 2 engines. You inspired me to pull my engine apart, dude. Had to check it out, man. I was, looking for an engine that I haven't torn apart yet, and this would be the one. So thank you, dude, for sure. And then we're even going to pull a Woogie Nitro. Let's see how well this is sitting on the crank. Let's see if there's any movement. Okay, so there is a little bit of movement. There's no up and down, but there's some wiggle. Some, play like this, but no play up and down. Not sure if that's good, bad. I don't know. So Woogie, man, if you see this, comment, dude. Is that good or bad? But yeah, and then moving on, our piston, right? Absolutely huge piston. This thing is massive. I didn't wipe it off. I haven't cleaned it. This is exactly how my motor was running. It is definitely a cast piston. It's got 2 oil grooves. Now, this engine looks like it's been running amazing. I don't see any issues or, anything. It looks just phenomenal. Man, it looks great. And then let's look at our sleeve, right? So our sleeve, it's what is this? This is a 4-port engine, right? You got your 2 intakes, angled upward, massive side ports. It looks like a 3-port really, but it's a 4-port, I guess, with this double intake here, 4-port, right? Tall, huge exhaust port. Man, that's big. And then to, show pinch. Yeah, right there. So this engine has got tons of life in it still. And that's pushing. So yeah, it's got great pinch. I'm going to clean it up, wipe it all off before I put this motor together. But just for a comparison, like I said, I've got a couple other pistons that I can show you. Right? So here is a 28 long stroke. This is for a red dot piston and sleeve, right? 0.36, 0.28. Look at that. Crazy, so big. Right, so that's the force. I think it's a red dot or it's a blue dot. I can't remember. Green dot maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, and then here's brand new 5.9 piston and liner, just so you guys can kind of see the difference of a used versus new. Right. So here's what our pistons look like brand new. Right, it all looks, this engine has very, very low use.
Bro, I was just scrolling through and I found this.
Yeah, Grandma, I forgot to take
Go, bud. I'm recording a video, pal. All right. Okay, guys, so that was a look at the HPI 5.9 or the Force 0.36. Same engine. Let me know, if you got any, tips or anything like that on this engine. This is my first, super big block. And so, I'm still kind of learning how it works and, how to tune them and stuff like that. Yeah. So we'll see you in this next one, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching.